Okay, again, this is January 10th, 2010 at approximately 7 p.m. We're burning the last of the giant sycamore logs. And this particular one, right down, you have something to point at that with?
I was looking for the poker, but I used it.
Okay. Yes, that one, I'm going to zoom in on it a little bit. That's the crotch.
That's what Erie can be called, the crotch of the tree.
Yes.
That big sycamore.
And we started burning that about 2 to 3 weeks ago. We had 2 enormous fires. So that's what's left of the crotch.
And that's part of the sycamore too, this big. And this one way back over in there is the other part of the crotch. That huge log. We might be able to get it from around the other side. You can get an idea of how huge it was.
Oh, yes. And that's the other massive part of it.
Mm-hmm. And there were about 5 huge logs like this, and they've been laying there for, it'll be 3 years this June. So they were all seasoned. And Chris and I had the idea to burn these babies, and we just had a ball burning them. But it's the last of the sycamore. This one over here, notice the rings in this tree. And I had estimated when we cut it, trying to count the rings. No, I beg your pardon. That's a different tree. But you get an idea how the rings were. But the sycamore, from my estimation, was between 150 and 200 years old. And it's been a mighty tree. This is a branch. No, that's a branch from, if boys, you remember that smaller sycamore that was growing by the big one. This is the branch from it. It's still living and growing. And it's, Chris, take a picture of it. And you can see when you look at that it is diseased also at the bottom, just like the other one was. The insects started getting into it, and that's why I had to cut it down. But it's a good tree in its own right. Remember how small it was before. And all these bamboo that are growing, Chris decided to try it, and in the heat of this fire one evening, he stuck a sycamore in there just to see. I said, oh, it won't burn.
You mean a bamboo?
A bamboo, sorry. And it had the biggest pop you've ever heard. Just one right after another. So we've had fun cutting the sycamore and sticking them in the fire. And the stump is right over here. That's the stump of the sycamore. So you can get an idea of the enormity of it. See, it came all the way around here. The big old great tree.
At some point, we'll try to burn a fire on top of that as well.
Right.
But for now, that's the extent of the fire. There is one more large log over here, which would be good to sort of take a picture of, to get a little perspective on how big these things are.
Chris, what would you say the diameter of that log was?
That's about 2.5 feet, good 30 to 36 inches.
And here's one of the, we used to call these winds from that storybook I used to read you, and you loved that so much. Big kind of a knot on the end of it. But see how these are actually, right at this time, they're frozen. These big logs were frozen to the ground. It took quite a bit of.
They're enormously heavy too. Although once we started burning one on top of it, it had a round circular hole right in this area here. It was round and circular, so one night we decided to put some hot coals in the round circular area, and it started the burning process. And it was then we realized we actually could burn them. and make some headway. And that, of course, made it much lighter once they started to burn. But for now, they're very heavy, although we may try to move this one later tonight closer to the fire. That enormous rocking chair. My God, that's a tall boy.
I found this, someone had it in their trash at the end of the street. And so we'd been looking for things to burn, so I said, man, that's going to be perfect. So we've already burned, apparently they had 2 out there, so we burned one of the rockers, and it's already gone up. I don't think there's anything left. Chris, can you get a picture of this center of this fire?
Yes. Zoom into it. Beautiful. Got all the sparks in the video.
It didn't take those very long, did it?
Nope. Temperature outside tonight is about between 25 and 30 degrees. Now here close to the fire, it's nice and warm even within 5 to 10 feet of the fire, but get away from the fire, it's still chilly.
It's trying to make sparks so you can get that, but I don't want
Yes.
to make sparks.
Yeah, oh yes, the pine cones. Adding fresh scent.
These are from the white pine tree next to the house that I planted in 1980. And they just make a wonderful fragrance to the fire. When
I can smell them already. Could probably burn a box here shortly and try to get some sparks.
this right here. Okay.
Yes. Beautiful. Definitely gonna have to step back. Yes, it's almost time. Alright, and Mom's gonna hold the camera, and I'm gonna go get a bamboo pole. We're gonna stick it in, and we're also gonna film the sparks going up in the air. Meantime, I'm gonna go grab a bamboo stick and stick it right in there.
Okay. This bamboo has just kind of taken over the place. There's about a half acre of it now. So in order to get it cut, we tried everything. This summer I had the neighbors helping me. And oh, look at this. Look at this paper going up. Man, it is more fun. Just like the 4th of July. Anyway, the only thing that my neighbor had suggested that I rent a reciprocating saw. I didn't even know what they were. Turns out my neighbor Pat has one. And so she let me use it, and that's the only thing that cut the bamboo. So I've been using it a little bit at a time when I have hired help to cut back this bamboo that's taken over the place. Okay, Chris is putting it in now. I'm going to walk around the other side so you can see. And then you'll start hearing the sparks. Okay, so now you can see the bamboo. This one that he put in is at least...
Wow, that was perfect. Wow. No explanation needed. Wow. That put the fire out for a second.
I'm laughing so much.
It's all on film.
So now you know why we're burning bamboo.
Yes, and we had our own unique New Year's celebration.
I'm going to see if I can capture this arc the bamboo is making. I think I'll just let the fire talk.
That was awesome. Boy. So we've been trying to figure out what the Chinese would say about us burning bamboo.
Loco.
So, bamboo, no burn.
We think we've discovered burning bamboo. And it flames up, I don't know if you can see this, right before it pops. So I think it's getting ready to. See down at the bottom?
I think we're due for another pop, or I might have to shove them in a little bit more.
And look at that fire going. Am I standing on it? He's putting them right in the hottest part of the fire, and it's probably 2,000 degrees.
Should have a loud pop any moment. The little ones are starting to crackle down there. You can smell the pine as well.
Inferno. I'll move in front of you. I would walk closer so I could video that pit, but about the time I get up there it'll pop and scare me to death.
We're about due for another loud one.
What you hear is down here, these little...
Wow. I mean, it literally, as you can see, the fire is temporarily extinguished. Gives you an idea of the force of the bamboo popping. I think we need to shove this one in a little bit more.
That's right in the middle of it. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, he's moving this bamboo in. One more shove, Chris. Yeah, that got it. I can see it now.
Well, we're going to get some pops.
Not only. I mean, the sparks are just... Log fog fell out of the fire. Baby pops.
Wow.
I think those are the loudest ones we've had.
They really are. They're at least as powerful, if not more powerful than the last time. I mean, those are all...
Right up there on the Richter scale or the growl scale.
They literally extinguish the flames momentarily.
We might be able to slow this down and see that when we...
Yes, I think.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Yes. I think it's well worth a try. Should be able to do that.
You can see we have our chairs here. My chair and Chris's chair. It's getting ready, babe. And the ambiance is wonderful because this bamboo is arced over. I'm going to follow this bamboo around. Look at that arc. So we're just in a little cove here, right where y'all used to play so much. There's the stump. And back to the fire.
Due for another pop any moment. Get the bamboo burning.
It sure is.
I know it.
And it has an unusual fragrance or odor when it burns.
I'm going to shove these in a little bit further.
And it drops some on the other side, Chris, if you notice the
Okay.
couple of the logs fall. Get the full effect of this. Oh, forgot to use a zoom, Chris. Oh, there. It was zoomed way in.
Was it?
Uh-huh.
Wow, I felt that one.
Whoa, look at the sparks. It sparked
Several
way
feet over
all
by
the
the
way.
chair. A little bit past it.
Yeah.
This is only 2 sticks. A little bit here, we're going to bring some more branches to increase the size of the fire, the heatness and the hotness of it.
This is a new camera Chris bought day before yesterday, so he brought it over and we're trying to learn. It's so easy to use. I'm capturing these sparks, and Chris, do you remember what we said? They had gone as high as maybe 100 feet at different times when we built out here.
Mm-hmm. It's a very calm wind tonight.
Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at the spark. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. There they've gone, all the way up the sky. We'll get a different angle on this while we're waiting for it.
Oh, and now we can see the can that we started the fire with. It's over here. It's right down. Let me move this over. Down there.
Yeah, look at this, Chris. I got it.
Forgetting, we're still playing. We're still eligible for popping.
You can see the crotch of the tree there. You can
Right.
see the definite rings, And I'm wondering, while we're looking at that, you see that one circle that has a real demarcation there?
Yeah.
You wonder if that was a
Exceptionally cold winter or something.
yeah, or either a heavy year of growth or the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a drought or something. But I have not noticed that in any of the others.
That's what's left of the seat.
Mm-hmm. And point to the other part of it. Yeah. That's the other part of it. It's got a lot more to it. Trying to see. It's not too hot for the camera, is it?
No, not yet.
Do we have bamboo in?
Not right now.
Okay.
There's the grate.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. I had somebody come and clean the chimney so I wouldn't have a chimney fire. And he said that I really didn't need the grate. It makes it more difficult to build a fire. So we just brought it out here. I think I'm going to walk over here and get it from long
Okay.
distance. I'm going to
Yeah, I
walk.
think we need some more fuel as well. Some more wood.
So what do we do? Just keep this burnt running or what?
Well, we could pause it for a minute, or
We could. And it may be more manageable. This is 22 minutes now.
yeah, because the longer ones can become unwieldy.
Okay, so we'll get, I'm going to back it up and put some more wood on the fire. Get an idea, getting way back from it, how it looks. Okay, we'll wait for part 2 then.